Good evening. Tonight is Monday, June 18th, and we're going to do a quick rundown on what's buzzing on iHub. I'm the host, Stock Sumo, and I have CIFI. What's happening, bud?
What up, Sumo? Ready to rock this. You got some tickers you want to look at tonight?
Absolutely. We're just going to run down what is buzzing around iHub, give a quick synopsis on what the activity on the day was, a little bit of DD, and run through the chart. So first one up, we'll take a look at KMAG, number one on iHub currently. Today, KMAG closed at 0033. That was a loss of 21.43%, and it was on 22 million shares in volume, which is pretty consistent with the 3-month average at 28 million. Let's take a quick look at the iHub board for KMAG, see what they're talking about over on the board. Just take a look at the players, see who's talking about what. Going down there, you got a couple guys, not sure what they're saying, but that's for you to do on your own time. Why don't we take a look at the chart? Ciffy?
Nice, I like that. Do that on your own time. I love it, Sumo. Let's check it out here. KMAG. KMA Global Solutions. This thing has been a beast. Look at that first run she did going back in February. I mean, straight up, and you can see when she broke that trend line, she's came on down, and so now we can draw some lines here on the top, and you can see what's going on there. That's going to coincide with that 20 MA. You can see she just keeps cracking that thing and heading lower. So you kind of got yourself a little bit of line you can put right here. You could say that's, what do we call this here, Sumo? This pattern setup.
A descending triangle?
There you go, buddy. Sounds good to me. And what a descending triangle does is when it breaks this support line, down you go. Not saying that's what she's doing, but that's the pattern setup we're looking at right now. Obviously, this can be negated and changed and moved to the upside. And, anything's possible. You got other supports, but as of now, it's not looking so sweet. But, what do I know? By the way, these are all daily 6-month charts. So you see anything else on here, Sumo, that I'm missing up there before I roll on down? I guess we can see the whole thing. I don't even got to roll on down. I got the whole thing here. But yeah, I mean, it kind of all coincides. You can see when it broke below that 50 MA overlay. We always talk about that. Hasn't been able to get back above it. You can see it didn't even touch it there. And same with when it broke below the PPO and the slow stow. They're all a little bit at different timing, but in all honesty, if you were to take your line and draw from here to here, you can see how that all kind of adds up with the breakdown of the chart. And you can also see how it coincides with it trying to get up through it and finding more resistance with that 20 MA. So, like as it ran the 20 MA to the upside, now it's running it to the downside. So keep your eye on that. And of course, you got that support down there. You can see those all over here. You got quite a bit. You got these candles and whatnot. But scary play. You could see a trap door, right through that 0033 level that could get pretty steep. So, yeah, that's what I got for KMAG. Got anything to add to that?
I like the PPO setup. It's showing pincher. Could be ready to cross soon. I'll be looking for that to happen. I want to see the PPO cross over and move north and attack the 50 overlay.
Yep, that'd be positive.
All right. Why don't we move on to the next one? And the next one up is going to be ENTB. Wow, what a beast. This one finished up today 90.68% on 19.6 million in volume. 3-month average volume there is 5.5 million shares. So quite substantial increase in volume there on the day. And notice that it closed at the high of day, 0225. So it closed with strength. I'll be looking for a potential gap up on this play tomorrow with the type of strength that it closed today. Why don't you take it away on the chart there, Ciffy?
All right, man. Let's check this thing out. BTNB. This thing's
ENTB.
ENTB. My bad. It's right in front of me too, and I'm still saying it backwards. That's the dyslexia, boys. But yeah, this is one that you and Haas have been just hammering on. Where'd you guys call this at, anyways, man?
I believe Haas were really honed in on it at 003.
003. So somewhere around there. No, it wasn't that low, but okay, you get the drift. There's a Haas hunch right there, baby. Breaking through that 20 MA, and the rest was history. Now you can see you got that 20 crossing through the 50. We love that. And you can see she ran straight up to kiss that 100 MA, and she's kissed it twice. She came down and she found that support pretty much right off that candle right in there. So that's why we always pay attention to candles, you know, daily, weekly, because they act as support. And anybody that doesn't know, you know, anybody that's new to the show, every single one of these candles on this daily chart, that's a day in time. I know that's kind of retarded me saying that, but just in case you didn't know. Another thing I like is with the higher price per share, and you still got rocking volume coming in today. So, and they actually close it above that 100 MA. You got that 200 MA all the way up at 12 cents. So the only thing that's a little scary is this is a little steep. You could call that parabolic, but you got a lot of supports below you now, and you can see you've got your resistance coming right through here, going back to where she pretty much fell off that cliff, right where she's hitting. So she's definitely hitting a wall of resistance right now, but she did get above that 100 MA. The RSI, it's definitely up in the power zone. I mean, we'll see how long it can stay here, but it's pumping. You do got that overlay way down there, so that's a good sign that they haven't caught up to each other yet. And same with the PPO. You can see big gap here. I mean, that's just showing all the strength that's in this. The awesome positive divergence in the slow stow, setting at 68.60. You got strength. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing on this chart. But yeah, it's always scary to jump in after the big run, but that's why you got to tune into STT Radio every morning live, because the boys are nailing these things right out the gate when they hit the scanner. Haas is looking at the actual financials on these and reading them, and you know, spotlighting, and got Sumo nailing that level too, and you got me sitting back doing nothing. So anyway, Sumo, you see anything else on this thing?
No, that break today of the 100-day moving average is going to be key. She tried to get above that before. Unfortunately, didn't hold, but there was that consolidation where it bounced off of that support level at a penny. And I'm just liking the activity, the increase in volume and everything. It looks good. I think there's some more upside there. I don't think she's over yet.
Yeah, she
we'll see how it plays out
after today. I mean, they pounded on her. It was awesome.
All right, let's move on down the line, and we'll take a look at Omni Ventures Inc. Ticker symbol OMVE. Closed up 11.98% today, and that was at a close of 18.7 cents. Previous close 16.7 cents. Saw a low of 14.35 cents. So a nice intraday gain of about 4.5 cents there, and that was on 819,000 shares, and that is about average volume. The 3-month average volume is 1.1 million. I want to point out that there are some promotions going on. I saw some emails hitting my inbox after the close today, and I believe we caught wind of this well in advance of that. We were talking about it a little bit last week and talking about it a bit here this morning, seeing it start to uptick towards the end of the day. And we'll take a look at the chart. CIFI, what do you got for that?
All right, OMVE, this thing's looking sweet. Yeah, first thing I'm going to say is let's draw some lines here. And you can see how that kind of played out right there, guys. This first trend, even if you would have started way back here and just set it on here and extended into the future, you can see how it came into play down the road and then acted as a resistance. So we're going to keep that in mind, and let's go ahead and draw some lines coming down. And obviously this one, I could have made that a little bit better. You know, you could draw it even steeper like that and downside like that. So you got yourself a wedge coming down. But what I do like is you got yourself a support building right here. I'm going to go ahead and erase some of these lines. I overdid that. Overkill. Let's just keep this line right here. Oh, sorry. Amateur hour here. There we go. So I'm just going to draw this one here as our support because I want to see that hold, and we're going to draw this one here as our resistance. So, and that's pretty much, you can see that's coinciding with that 20 MA, and you can see this 26 cents running across here. That's going to also be a resistance if it could get up to that level. I know that's a ways away. You got that 19 too. You got the 100 MA above you. You've got all your moving averages above you, which is never a good thing until they can get it back above it because it's all resistances. But you do got the RSI. It's moving up in the right direction. Excuse me. And so that's positive, but it's got to get through that overlay. So because you can see when she broke through the overlay, that's why we put it on there. She works. Same with the PPO. You can see that when she broke through. Well, she's trying to cross back up to the upside this time, so keep your eye on that. And same with your slow stow right there. We'll see if she can get up through and head north. But yeah, I mean, I like the action in it. You got 2 days of nice volume there, so yeah, play it accordingly. That's for sure. You got some moving averages below you. It looks like it pretty much did a full retrace from the breakout when it hit this 10 cents for you Fibonacci guys. So, got anything else to add to that, Sumo?
No, you pointed out pretty well. Just needs to break those moving averages and get through that resistance to really have a shot at seeing some added gains. That previous high where it ran into the resistance at the 100-day moving average was 19.9 cents. So that's going to be a key spot. Got to get through that 20-cent mark where the 100-day is at and the 20-day is at. So needs to get above that and hold above that.
I mean, you already seen it hit there once, and you can see right here it was acting as a support, and then she broke below it. She came down to that 10-cent level, which is basically, you know, coinciding with the breakout of the actual run itself. So now it is our resistance, and I guess they're calling pivot point 18.7, but guess that's all relative. What else we got?
Good stuff. Man? All right, let's go on to the next one, and next one's up is AGRT. This one's been on a slew of heavy promotions, some big budget dollars spent on large awareness campaign. I've noticed several newsletters covering this one on and off for the past month, and AGRT finished up 53% today, closed at 24.5 cents, a gain of 8.5 cents on the day. The previous close was 16, and that was on 4.9 million in volume. The 3-month average there is 1.95, so good volume for the stock, over 2 times the 3-month average. And what do you got for the chart, bud?
Chart's an interesting one. This is where guess you need Haas for these ones, where you ask him what's up with the gapping that's going on here. But let's go ahead and draw a line. This thing was $12.50 back in February. Am I looking at the right ticker here, man? So yeah, I don't know what's going on, but you can see these last 2 candles. You got that first day when it found the bottom at 11 cents. Call that a hammer, and then you got a follow through, and you could call that another hammer. I don't know if there's a chart play that's actually set up for that, but it looks like based on what I'm seeing here, the RSI coming up, it's setting at 41.84, trying to get through that overlay. PPO, it's still above its overlay, so gotta hold that. And you got your slow stow all the way down at 11, representing the weakness that it's had over the last 6 months. And looks like it's trying to cross up, but it hasn't yet. And that overlay is all the way up there at that 41.45. So yeah, this one hard to say. It looks like it definitely runs on all of its previous runs in the past. It goes for a few days, if not almost 2 weeks. Looks like you got a 2-week period these last 2 times. I'm not sure what this one's going to be, but hopefully it's not like this one where you saw this run, you saw this gap down, and then kind of sideways action until it falls lower. So keep your eyes on this. It is in a downtrend. You've got some supports below you. You know that 10 cents, 11 cents, 12 cents. Right now it's sitting there at what was the close here today? 24.5 cents.
Yes, sir.
So you got a lot of stuff below you. Check out obviously a 60-minute chart, something where you can look at some other candles to use supports for. So anyways, AGRT, interesting, but yeah, hard to read this one, man. Flip a coin.
Yeah, right. All right. Next one we got BBDA. That one's been buzzing a lot on iHub, and Haas honed in on it early towards the end of last week. Did the spotlight. I think it was around quad 5, so 0005 was around the stock price where Haas caught it at, and today was up as high as 0014, closed out the day flat, so there was a consolidation going on towards the end of the day, but big volume, 294 million shares traded. The 3-month average is just 23 million. So what do you got on the chart? It's going to be tough to, really do a chart on this one because it hasn't had too much activity, but other than two big up days.
You ready for the chart?
Go for it.
You want to knock this one out of the park, man?
Yeah, I suppose I could take a look at it. Yeah, let me.
I mean, this is kind of your and a Haas's baby.
All right. So you could see today the 20-day moving average here came up and is kissing the 100, or no, that's the 50. So we got the 20-day coming up, kissing that 50-day. I want to see that punch through the 50-day and keep going north. And you notice that the stock had got above the 200-day, but she closed right at it. So this is going to be a key testimonial on where this stock's going to head. So definitely needs to hold at this 0009, stay above this 200-day moving average. That would be key. If not, the next support's going to come at these other moving averages, which is down here at 0006, which is the 100-day. But if this 20-day moving average can keep climbing up nicely, that would be a good sign. I'd like to see that continue to trend up. If you go back, the stock was trading between 0009 and 0012 back February, March range. Had the consolidation down, found the support, and has been seeing a huge upswing on increasing volume. So we want to keep an eye on the volume. Notice the blue bars on the histogram are really, hitting up, going up, moving up to the right direction. Need to keep an eye on that. But at this point, it looks like it had such a huge run. We're going to be due for some consolidation, as you've seen, towards the end of the today. And, after running from 0003 all the way on up to 0014, you should expect some type of consolidation. The stock's up over almost 500%. So a little consolidation here happening. We'll see where it likes to find support next. But that's pretty much it, what I got for the chart.
That was a great spotlight by Haas, by the way. He knocked that one out of the park, and it ran like a son of a bitch. But I'd like to throw on there, you can see, we always talk about the importance of candles, and look where she closed at. Right on yesterday's candle. So they're important. Anyways, good stuff, man. BBDA. Yeah, it's amazing that that thing heated up so quick. Hopefully it doesn't fizzle out, but we've seen it a lot. Like you said, that 20 through that 50, we've seen a lot of stocks really take off. I mean, look at the volume came in today. So hopefully she can hold and keep making some massive gains for all the traders out there.
That's a good point that you pointed out, though, that it held the previous close, and that's going to be a key sign moving forward. We definitely want to see it hold that level.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be one of the biggest indecision candles I've ever seen. Today's candle. Which way? Which way? Which way? Which way? But anyways, which one's next, Sumo?
We got YIPI.
YIPI.
YIPI. Gotta love YIPI. That thing had a huge tear, and now we're seeing the pullback. Must have been attacked by heavy shorts. You see it time and time again. These stocks make a big breakout. They run up really high, and then the shorts just get all over and they beat it down to the mud. That's what we're seeing right here. You're seeing the pullback. It's down substantially today, down 49%. Closed at 58 cents. The low of day is 55 cents. So it's trying to find support here. definitely going to be something that we're going to keep an eye on for a potential bounce. The volume today, 2.5 million shares, so pretty good volume considering the 3-month average is only 163,000. Not a bad day for volume-wise, but certainly beaten down in the mud, down 50% today. What do you got for a chart, Siffy?
Man, this thing is it was fun today. I was watching it and I was thinking maybe if she was going to come on down, I thought she might just do a screamer right down to that 100 MA at 45 cents and I was going to pick it up for a bounce play, but she never did. But that's what I'm going to be eyeing, is that 100 MA, because you can see she broke below that 50 today and she did it with a vengeance. So shorters, liquidation, I don't know what's going on with this thing, but you don't just got one bad day, you've got 4 bad days in a row. And you broke below, you know, a lot of supports today. That 50 MA was key. You see that all the time, especially on a daily. And you can look up here at the RSI. That was your cue right there when that thing broke below that. You know, we talked about on one of our first stocks how the overlay was so far away. Look how tight this one was. So it was just ready to fall off a cliff. You can see your PPO is about ready to do the same thing. And we talked about earlier tonight too, when some of them are a little bit delayed. Usually the RSI is the first to go, then the PPO, and then usually the stow bottoms out. So you can see that one kind of coincided. But anyways, you get my point. And so keeping my eye on it for sure. You've got this 54 level. You can see that's already highlighted by stock charts for us. But I'm going to go ahead and say if it's going to 54, shit, it's going to that 100 MA. If you can't hold that, you got that 200 MA down there at 0.36, 36 cents. Let's go ahead and draw a line on here on our trend that we had before. And you can see the trend that it was in before, and let's go ahead and draw one on the top where she broke out of, which is basically the 200 MA. And we talk about it all the time basically on, and we'll go ahead and set it right on there. You know, X marks the spot. So, I mean, who knows how low she goes, but I'm going to go ahead and say 100 MA, 200 MA, those are both opportunities to put risk reward on. I'm not saying they're going to reward well, but I'll definitely be there to try to catch it and have the stop tight. But, yep, yippee! Good fun.
Oh, yeah. Good job. Good stuff. Next one up. This one was on heavy promo today and had a nice pop in the beginning of the day. We caught it early on the show. That's APRE, Aperture Health Inc. It closed pretty much even on the day at 043. That was one tick above the low of day. But at one point it was up as high as 7 cents, and it traded 5.8 million shares in volume. 3-month average is 130,000 shares. So like I was saying, it was on a big promotion day today. That was why the volume cranked up. I've seen a lot of different groups paid. Yeah, that's pretty much what we got for APRE. That sums it up for the activity on the day. What do you got for the chart, Siffy?
APRE, man, do you and Haas miss anything? Hell no. I should just give up playing options and start playing you guys as pennies, man. These things are banging. But yep, APRE, you got some stuff going on with this bad boy. And let's start with that everybody and their brother is talking about it. But yeah, liked it when it broke through that 20 MA. That's always key. You can see it actually broke early June, and then she retested it, found the support. Well, now she's kissing that 50 MA, which is at a 0703. You got this massive volume right here. Gotta love that. That's what we like to see. Price per share increase with volume to confirm it. That's what I'm talking about. 50 MA, it's up there at 11.35, and you got your 200 MA way up there at 66 cents. Good God, that'd be sweet. Anyways, let's keep our eyes on this 0.5 level. That's going to be working as a support, or as they say, a pivot point. So we all know what a pivot point is. If it breaks below that, it's bad. I want to get through this 50 MA, and then you got a lot of, you know, you got your resistance at 7, 9.5, 11.35, yada yada yada. You get the point. I like that you see right here this PPO, that was go time. You can see that pretty much coincides with the bottom here, and then it's came down, found the support, but now we're going to try to get through this overlay, so keep your eye on that. And same with right in here, you can see this where she fought with that overlay and that 50 midpoint. Well, now she's headed north. Let's make sure she holds. So everything's looking good on APRE, not to mention all the hype that's going on it. And I've got quite a few private messages on this one telling me that it's going to the moon, which makes it a little scary, but hey, it's looking good. You got anything to add to that, Sumo?
No, I just typically wait when I see these things run up heavily on a big promotion. I wait for the dust to settle and watch till it finds support, and possibly, when I see the selling pressure dwindle down, there could be a good possible bounce, because I've seen it happen in plays like this before. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, and thinking of that, the pullback, you see this thing up here at the 50 MA, like we've talked about on a couple other tickers the day before. So you got that candle, whatever you use. I use E-Trade. I can go straight to my candle, click on it. It'll tell me the high of the day, the close of the day, give me all the information, and that'll give you some numbers you can use for support and resistances. Because you'll see when the thing's in an uptrend, a solid one, they just stack out. So keep that in mind. What else we got, Sumo?
Good stuff. Next one up, we got Web Safety. That's WBSI. I believe we did a CEO interview with these guys a while back.
Yep.
Roland Day, the CEO, great guy. WBSI Web Safety Inc. closed at 027 today, up 22.73%, and that was on 1.5 million shares in volume. The day's range was between 2 cents and 029, so closed just about 2 ticks below the high of day. So closed pretty strong. What do you got as far as a chart on it, bud?
I like this chart, WBSI, and it was hitting my scanner today, so good stuff. Let's draw a couple lines. We can start from this very bottom back here in March, and you could stack it. You can stack it like that, and you can see how that played out when she broke there. Even this candle landing on. If you would have, when it came down here and hit this swing low, you could have stacked it on there and extended it into the future. And you can see how it played out. And someone might say, oh, you're just drawing the moving average on a straighter line, which is true. And that's why the moving averages are so important, but it really works. I mean, look how it just lands on that like a T. Anyways, then you could put her down on here and say that was your next one, and you can see how that coincided as where this was a support and it broke. When it came through, it became resistance right in here. So keep that in mind. That's going to be one of your resistances if it was to go up there. But I'm going to go ahead and stack it right on these ones right in here, these last few, and say, this is what I need to hold, is this line. And I'm going to throw one right up here on the top, and you can do the same thing here. You can say, boom, breakout. Well, it technically is a breakout, and you could run that all the way down there, but we're going to go ahead and extend it right on this last swing high before she pulled back, and that's where I'm going to stack it. So as you can see what's going on right here, you got a huge ascending wedge. You could call it a lot of things, but it just looks like a big wedge to me. But basically what we want to do here is we want to see this thing break above that last swing high at that 0.33. I think that's probably a no-brainer. And we want to definitely see it hold not only this last little wedge that got going on here, but the bottom line really is probably going to be, that 200 MA, which is showing you right there, the 200 MA at 0.142. You break below that, you could get a trap door. You can see you got a support at 0.083, but you can see that move, that was pretty parabolic. Elevator up, staircase down. I do like that your RSI is popping up through that overlay. It's at 55.37, so that's a good sign. I like everything going on. An ascending triangle is a bullish formation, so keep that in mind, but it's got to confirm, and it's usually confirmed with volume, and you can see some volume coming back here, but let's see it really pound to the upside if she's going to do what we hope she does, and maybe they'll come up with some news or something. Maybe they need to come back on the radio. Anyway, same thing with the PPO. It's trying to get through that overlay and get those histograms positive, so looking solid, and you can see it in pretty much all of them, you know, positive divergences going on, and you got that slow stow. It's trying to pop its head up. It's sitting right at 50. So I like everything going on with this chart. I like that we're above the 20 MA. Want to get through that 50 and break this formation and head north, man. Got anything else to add to that, Sumo?
No, you summed it up quite well. Great job.
Thanks, man.
We're going to wrap it up with one last ticker. And I love this company. This is a pretty cool company. It's All American Pet Company, Inc. They're the guys that make all the cool products for your pets to keep them healthy, different treats and what have you. But they've been dropping different products out left, right, and center. And every time they come out with some news, the stock makes a move. And the stock made a little bit of a move today. I didn't take a look at if they had any news or anything. All right, let's just go take a look, see if they've had anything recent.
Yeah, we love animals.
Okay, last time they had news was the 14th, and they were talking about their NutriBars that they just introduced. Okay, so that was pretty recent, out on the 14th, but they've been putting a lot of press out. They had some news out on the 12th as well. But today they closed up 5%, closed at 4 cents. Pretty tight trading range between 0.315, and it closed at the high of day, so that's pretty strong. On average volume, a little bit less than average actually. The 3-month average is 4 million shares, so this stock trades a lot of volume. It's been very liquid since we've been following it, and today it's traded 1.6 million, so good stuff. Love this company. You're a big animal lover. I'm an animal lover, and I think this company is a great company. You know, it's got real products. They sell. You know, it's good to see companies like this in the OTC market. We've been following it for so long. They did the stock spotlight way back when it was sub-penny, and you can highlight all the details about the chart and how good it's done for us. Take it away, bud.
Yeah, man. All dogs go to heaven, and only bad owners, no bad dogs. Or for all pets, for that matter. Just had to throw that out there for you crappy animal owners. You know who you are. But yeah, this thing's been a beast, and I love the chart actually, but it's got some issues that gotta be, you know, you gotta heed your caution, because when they break, they break. But right now she has not broke, but gotta be careful. Let's draw a couple lines here. Let's draw one from this bottom, and let's do the same thing. If we would have just, you know, extended this line through here and stacked it, you can see how that played out. She broke below it briefly, but you could even stack it a little lower, and you can see it's just played out like a charm. But officially, you could say that stacking on them as many swing highs and swing lows in between here. I got a call coming in here. Sorry, guys. My bad.
Reject.
1 second. Call you right back. So, yeah. It looks like we're broken below this long-term uptrend going all the way back to February. So, could be me, but that's what I'm going to go ahead and say, that it has broken the downtrend. You can see today she broke below that 50 briefly, but she held it, and I'm going to go ahead and call that a hammer. And that is, you know, it's bullish. It indicates a possible reversal, and you can see what the reversal would be. It'd be the downtrend that we're experiencing. You've got this consolidation that you had going on here, and that's represented through here. So that's going to be a support now. That whole area, you can see when she broke out right in this area here. So keep your eye on that. I just like what I saw today. I like that the RSI is kind of hooking back up to the north, but it is below that overlay, and you can see what happened when she broke below that overlay and when she broke through the PPO. But she broke through it over here as well, but she found the support on the histogram, so that always works well too. And when she broke through the overlay on the slow stow, and she isn't really curling over yet on the slow stow, so not exactly heading north, but we're going to keep our eye on it. So just wanted to throw this one on there. AAPT, it was hitting the scanner. You can see it's a little bit light on the volume there, but you know, so be it. Keep your eye on it. Gotta hold this 50 MA, or just like anything else, you might be going to the 100 MA, and that's all the way down at 0.201. I don't think anybody wants to take a 50% loss. But I had fun tonight, Sumo. That was cool.
Have fun with you too, buddy. We always have fun. That's why everybody needs to check out the radio show, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday.
Yes, sir. All right, well, we'll see you in the morning, and rock it like we always do. I guess I better play a disclaimer since we're not financial advisors. Aloha.
Thank you for listening to Stock Traders Talk Radio. All views and topics talked about on Stock Traders Talk Radio is solely for entertainment purposes. We are not professional financial advisors and always recommend you seek the advice of a professional financial advisor. Never invest in any stock featured on our show unless you can afford to lose your entire investment. The information contained on our show is based on sources which we believe to be reliable, but is not guaranteed by us as being accurate, and might not be a complete statement or summary of the available data. Stock Traders Talk Radio advises that the investments in companies profiled are commonly considered to be high risk, and use of the information provided is at the investor's sole risk. Thank you for listening to Stock Traders Talk Radio.